And now you have to do a scatter plot. The steps to do a scatter plot are as follows. I'm going to highlight all my data. And then I'm going to click Insert. Then in the Charts tab, I'm going to hit the down arrow. If you need the dial calipers, there. On the box it says copy paper. So I'm going to click this down arrow. And I'm going to select Scatter. And select OK. But this isn't exactly the way I want it formatted. And this is how you will have to format. Samian, can you put your shoes on the floor, please? Or whoever's shoe that was that you were smelling that's now in the video. Shamed for life. So now with this chart selected, and I can tell that it's selected because it has the white circles at the corners, I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose Select Data. So I'm going to click that. And I have some options here. I have width, depth. What's missing? Height. So I'm going to click Add, and this says Series Name. I'm going to click on the red arrow. I'm going to select Height. Click on the red arrow again. Now it says Series X values. These are the ones that are going to go along the bottom. I want these to be the block numbers. So I'm going to select this row, column. And then the Y values are going to be the actual data points for height. And I select those. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to select OK. But now I need to change the depth and the width. So I'm going to click on depth. I'm going to edit it. It's got the right name. Does it have the right? Nope. It does not have the right X value. So I want it to be the number of the block. I'm not trying to type a formula. Oh yeah, maybe I am. All right, so I'm going to delete all of this. It gave me an error. So I'm going to back out all of it. And now I'm going to click the red arrow and highlight the block numbers. I didn't get the arrow. And now I'm going to check. It is the data point, so we're good there. Notice that the chart is changing as we're doing that. So now we need to fix width. So I click on width. I click Edit. Has the right name. But now we're going to change the X values to be the actual block number. And then, no, didn't like that one. So I'm going to delete it all and try that again. And these are the right values. And I'm going to select OK. And I'm going to select OK. And now I can see that I have a chart that has the block number on the bottom. So it tells me what block number. I'm going to make it dark so we can see it. I'm going to double click on these numbers down here because I want the increment. I want the maximum. How many blocks do we have? Thank you. And I want every line to show up so that I don't have to guess what block it is that I might have a problem with. So now it shows 0 to 27. So our minor can actually be 1 because we don't have a 0. All right, so now we have 1 through 27, and that looks good. Now I'm going to come over here, double click on these numbers, Axis Options, and looks like I don't have anything above 77. So my maximum is going to be 0.77, and I'm going to keep my minimum because it's got one really close to 0.71. All right, so now I'm going to double click on my chart title. Whose data is this? This is Lucian and Rolando's blocks. So down here, I'm going to click on the plus. Where'd it go? I want to add axis titles. So this is going to be inches. And this is going to be, what do you think it's going to be, Rolando? What do you think I should put on the bottom? block number. All right, so this is what I can make some decisions about. I can look at this chart. I can look at these numbers. I got one up high, one real down low, but most of them are kind of sitting around the 74 mark, right? I can make some decisions. I can go back and I can look at this really high one right here. Looks like that's block number 10 and say, wow, maybe I should sand the height on that bad boy. It's 11. Oh, right there, 11. So what about this one? This one's block number 4. And that one's real little. Maybe I don't even want this. What can I do when the block is too small?
Trade them.
What could I do?
Don't put it.
Yeah, I think that would be an option. Don't put it. Like at some point, these are going to be so off. That's almost, let's see, if we're at 0.75, that's 0.4 of an inch off. Look at the dial caliper. Look at how big 0.4 of an inch are. That's from 0 to 40 on the dial. All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to make some assumptions. You're going to look at this data and tell me, hey, Miss Kite, I think I need to get rid of block number 4. And I'm going to say, why do you think you need to get rid of block number 4? Or you're going to come over here and say, block number 23, Miss Kite, I don't think I should use that one. Maybe you don't like how far away these two are from this one. So it's got 2 good measurements and 1 bad one. What's going on? Maybe you need to go look at that block and inspect it. Maybe it has a defect. Maybe there's a chip. Maybe there's a weird coloring going on. So all of this data we can then use to make some decisions. This is your block. These are going to be made into your puzzle cube. So what kind of puzzle cube do you want it to look like? The closer all of these get to this magic 0.75, how many actually landed on it? Yeah, I see 1, 2, 3 offhand. So this is the magic number, but a lot of your numbers are really low. I'd be kind of concerned. All right. So that's how you're going to get this spreadsheet. I want this uploaded to Google Classroom. I want to snip it with your assumptions by the end of today.